Imagine cutting costs so close that you're worried about being able to put dinner on the table for your family that week. Cable being a basic necessity that a lot of people see is an out-of-reach luxury for you. This is a real issue for some people and their families, one that completely controls their realities and restricts their way of life. Abby and Lark have studied homelessness and poverty for nearly 3 months, and I am from one of the poorest counties in Minnesota. I grew up seeing and nearly experiencing poverty my entire life in rural Minnesota. Some of my best friends lived in poverty, and in 2008 when the stock market crashed and the economy tanked, my family of 7 could not move out of our 700 square foot 2-bedroom house. My mom lost her job and we ate mashed potatoes every single night for a year. Now that I've moved to Fargo, I see poverty at a much larger scale. Today we are going to talk about a topic that nobody really likes to openly discuss. Poverty right here within our neighborhood. It seems like an uncovered topic because it can't really be solved overnight. Because the average cost of living is rising, and some people and ethnicities and minorities have unequal job opportunities. An unsettling amount of Fargo residents live in poverty. They are unsure if their next day entails them losing the roof over their heads, if they even had one to begin with. To start, we will inform you about the statistics and issues right here in Fargo about residents experiencing poverty. But before that, we really want to define what poverty is. What is poverty? As retrieved from the Merriam-Webster's website in March 2017, they define poverty as the state of one who lacks a usual or socially acceptable amount of money or material possessions, which is a rather vague statement. There's a lot of room for interpretation. But for the sake of our presentation, we will define poverty as the state of a family or household that receives an income underneath a certain threshold that was assigned by the United States Census Bureau for 2016's data. And to give you a little bit of relevance, for a family of 4 with 2 adults and 2 children, the poverty threshold is slightly above $24,000 annual income. So a family that makes this much money or less is considered living in poverty. Living in poverty can mean just having enough money from your job to pay the lowest rent possible for the cheapest apartment you can get, to keep the lights on and feed your family, to living on the street without a place to sleep and having no job at all, being completely homeless. There's a large spectrum for poverty for such a small amount of money. Now Abby and Lark will give us specifics on poverty right here in Fargo. Abby, please start us off with some problems specific in our community.
According to a local newspaper, as of 2015, 17.8% of Fargo's 151,000 residents have an income below the national poverty line. That means that 26,878 people in Fargo deal with poverty on a daily basis. That's 1 in 5 people you see in Fargo. A fact that I found interesting is that as of 2015, the average cost of a bachelor's degree has gone up by 28.9%. Think about that, that's 2 years. Out of the 26,878 people dealing with poverty, 11,600 of those are between the ages of 18 to 24. One of the theories behind this is that usually those are the ages of the people who are attending college, which makes sense to see a lot of them around Fargo because there are about 5 colleges in the area. Now onto the causes. One of the main reasons people face poverty is because they don't make enough money. Not attending college to get a degree could be one of the reasons that they don't make enough money. One of the main reasons for not attending college is going to be because the cost of college is so high. The average cost of a 4-year public college is about $24,000. Another reason for seeing so much poverty around Fargo is the cost of living in Fargo is too high. For your average 1-bedroom apartment, it's about $682 a month. The average cost of living in Fargo is about $2,500 a month. That's like gas, insurance, all your extras. That's not the apartment. And now Lark is going to talk about some of the solutions and wrap it up with the conclusion.
Some solutions that we found, just making sure that people in poverty know what is available for them. Like the food shelf is really big, and there's like budgeting and money management classes, volunteer income tax assistance, and there's so many more programs that people don't even know about. By using these resources, people can not only make their lives better, but their families' lives better. Another solution is raising minimum wage. By raising minimum wage, it has been known to decrease the amount of poverty. When President Obama was in office, he wanted to raise the minimum wage to $10.10 an hour and indexing it to inflation, which would bring about 4 million people out of poverty. According to the website American Press, accessed on March 27th, they show that Washington, California, and New Jersey saw a decrease in poverty when they raised their minimum wage. The poverty in Fargo is going to keep going on up and reaching higher levels than it already is. We have now informed you about the problems, the cause, and the solutions that we have found, which is that, as you can tell, there are so many people living like this each day that we don't even know about. Figuring out what the cause of this problem is such a huge start to finding out what we could do to help. I would like to challenge all of you to maybe just become more aware of what is happening in your hometown, or maybe just in Fargo. Also, another thing that you could do that would be greatly appreciated is just donating to any of the food shelves.